Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to take you through some of my week and show you one of my favorite things to do, walk into the lake with our dog. And I'll be sharing some yummy recipes at the end of the video as well, so stay tuned. It's been a bit of a tough week with all the cloudiness and the never-ending winter, but we lucked out and we got some beautiful sunshine this day. So we did what we loved the most. We went to the lake, took our dog to the dog park, and enjoyed some of that beautiful sunshine. I just love the peace and the serenity of being near the water. It's a great way to unwind and forget about the stresses of the week. And of course, our dog loves it too. He never wants to leave. We ventured out to Costco this weekend and it was so packed. It's crazy packed all the time. That's one thing that I like about my nursing schedule is that I can usually go during the week, but I find that even during the week it's packed. So got lots of goodies, and then I also went to my local grocery store to get the rest of the stuff that Costco doesn't carry. This week I got some chicken and fish, which I don't usually buy. I try to cook vegetarian at home most of the time, but this week I was craving some meaty protein and I wanted to do some meal prep, so I got that stuff. Got my nut milks. I always get the soy milk and the macadamia milk, and I do half of each for my coffees in the morning. Got some almond butter. I really like this one. Olive oil for some cooking. This coffee is so good. It's really dark and intense. It's illy. I highly recommend. It's about $10 for the can, and I usually do half of that and half of Starbucks. I also got some frozen blueberries for my overnight oats, some organic tofu, avocados, and lots of fruits and veg. And then I did my meal prep for the week. I cooked some chicken with onions, froze the other half. I roasted some sweet potatoes and regular potatoes, and I did some salmon and salad as well. So here are the prep lunches for the week. The other chicken I actually breaded and did it in the air fryer. So we had some ready-made food for the week, which was great. And this week I'm going to show you guys a couple of black bean recipes. So the first one is going to be Brazilian style black beans. It's super easy. I'm going to show you guys the standard basic way that I make it, how my mom taught me how to make. I use my Instant Pot for this. I love my Instant Pot. I'm terrified of the other kind of pressure cookers because they make sounds and I've heard horror stories about them. So I only really started using a pressure cooker when the Instant Pot came out. So that's what I use to cook all my dried goods like lentils and beans and chickpeas. Highly recommend. So I just wash a cup of black beans. I added to the Instant Pot with 4 cups of water, a couple of bay leaves, and I click the bean button, which cooks for 35 minutes on high. And when that's done, I let it do the natural release. And then you want to saute about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic in some light olive oil until it browns. And then you add in all of your beans and all of the water that's cooked with the beans. If you don't want yours too saucy, as you'll see in the end, you can put less of the water in. I toss it all in there, season it with some salt, and then you're going to bring that to a boil and you're going to be cooking it until it reduces significantly. We really keep it super simple. It's just garlic and salt and that bay leaf that cooked with it. You can add a little bit of black pepper if you like, but really the simple classic way is just salt and garlic. So you're going to cook this until it starts to thicken. I let it come to a boil and then I reduce the heat and keep boiling for about 20 to 25 minutes until it significantly reduces, and look how thick it turns out in the end. So this 1 cup of dried beans makes a good amount. There's actually a funny saying in Brazil that when you have more people showing up, they say add more water to the beans because it goes a longer way. I served it over some rice with some Brazilian stuffing made with toasted cassava flour, some kale, and scrambled eggs, and I took that for my dinner to work. I'm finally sharing my black bean mushroom burger recipe. I have a can here of black beans that I've rinsed and drained, and I'm just coarsely mashing it with a fork. I want about half of it to be pretty well mashed and the other half just barely mashed. Over here I have 2 cups of portobello mushrooms finely diced. I use a food processor for that. And here I have 1/3 of a cup of red onion, 1 big garlic clove that I also use the food processor for, and then a 1/4 cup of herbs. I just used the ends of my cilantros that were gonna go bad. They are edible. And a little bit of parsley as well, and I also use the food processor for that. So I'm just gonna mix all of this together. I'm going to add an egg, and I'm gonna start off with a half a cup of panko breadcrumbs because they're airier and it makes it for a lighter burger. But you can use regular breadcrumbs if that's all you have on hand. And we're gonna also add a teaspoon of steak seasoning. That's really gonna add that burger flavor to this. So we're gonna get all of this going, and then I'll show you how I form the patties. So as you can see here, it's coarsely mashed. We still have some whole pieces, but it's pretty chunky, so we get some nice texture in the burger. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I form them. So about 2 scoops of, like, I'm just using an ice cream scooper for this. Helps so that they're even. And then I just use the back of a spoon and I just press down evenly. So the final texture should be something that forms together pretty easily. And then when I start to remove it, I just press down the edges as it's coming up. And then you got a little patty like that. And I'll show you the texture closer up. There we go. So I ended up adding 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs because it was really wet and you want it to like come together when you press down. And I also forgot to mention, I added 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce and 4 drops of liquid smoke. Those things also really add to getting more of that meaty flavor. So, okay, we're gonna fry these up now. I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so my skillet is nice and hot. I've got some oil on there. And then I just lift up the parchment paper and just flip it and remove. Flip and remove. There we go. Now we're just going to cook them until they're nice and brown. Okay. We cooked these about 5 minutes. Now we're going to flip them. So ever so gently. And I'm going to actually brush a little bit more oil. Just put it down. It's already absorbed all the oil. I'm just gonna brush a little more. Good. Add a little bit more oil under this one. And there we go. We're going to cook this for another 5 minutes on medium-low. Alright, we're going to build our burgers now. I got some brioche buns that I buttered and toasted. You don't have to burn yours the way I burned mine, but that's okay. They're still going to be delicious. And then here I have some mayo, Dijon mustard, the grainy kind, and some ketchup. So we're going to do that. You can do your favorite burger sauce, but this is what I like, and I like a lot of sauce, so it might be a little messy. Now we're gonna get a burger. I topped mine up with some cheese already, and I'm just keeping it simple. So I'm gonna top mine with some thinly shredded iceberg lettuce. some pickles. I have baby pickles here, so that's why I have to use so many of them. But if you have the regular kind, you won't have to use so many baby pickles, so that'll be better. Add your favorite toppings, and that's it. And we are ready to eat. Check this out. It is so good. I'm gonna cut it in half. One sec. Cut this in half. And there you go. It just really holds its shape, and it tastes super meaty and delicious. Okay, time to try this. Okay, I'm so excited to eat these. I am starving. That's what they look like. I kind of squished the bread when I was cutting it, but that's okay. Alright, let's give these a try. Tastes like a Big Mac. I haven't eaten red meat in years, but I remember what a Big Mac tastes like. And this is so good. You have to try it. And you can do a variation of toppings. I've done it with like fried egg, caramelized onions, different cheeses. It's all so good. Definitely try it and let me know what you guys think. Just want to show you how many burgers I made. So I already ate one. So I made 6 big ones and 1 baby one. And these freeze really well. So I cooked them up, and then I just put parchment paper and freeze them individually, and then I just heat them up when I'm ready to eat them. I hope you enjoy. And I finished off that busy day by doing one of the things I love the most in the winter, which is taking a hot bath with some bubbles and a candle and just relaxing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time.